Disgusted is how I feel. I just reread the supposed Game of Thrones leaks for the last episode, reread the leaks for episodes 4 and 5, even though they've been out for 2 weeks and the leaks have been out longer than that, just to reaffirm in my mind that these things might be real, and I believe that they are. So, fair warning, it's in the description below. I'm talking the spoilers for the series finale, just because I'm disgusted with where we're at with Game of Thrones. Not that I'll talk a little bit about what I feel about the whole thing as I go, but just to get it out of the way, I love Game of Thrones. I diehard book reader. I'm currently reading through Fire and Blood right now, and The World of Ice and Fire. I'm reading the comic book series as well. So I've invested, some time and money into this thing, but you know, it's for entertainment. I understand, but when you get into something, it kind of hurts when it sucks at the very end. It sucks and it's painful, and I think over 550,000 people are feeling the same way that signed that petition thing. I mean, I didn't sign it, but heck, if it's just kind of sticking it to the man, I might sign it later. Who knows? But so let's just dive right in. Okay, so here's how it's going to go down. Apparently, this comes from Reddit. Though so far they've been spot on with predicting Rhaegal will be killed in episode 4, Missandei's capture, her execution, Varys' execution, Dany executing everybody in King's Landing, essentially, and Jaime and Cersei's death. So let's just start right in. So, last warning: if you don't want to know how the series might go down, the series finale might go down, you might want to click away. I know I'm just a small little channel here, but I just need to vent. So, part 1: Dany has Tyrion arrested to be executed for freeing Jaime. 2: Tyrion tries to convince Jon that his family will never be safe because his lineage makes him a threat to Daenerys' rule. Jon tries to talk to Daenerys, but she justifies her actions. Jon pledges himself to Dany and then stabs her and surrenders himself. A council. Now this is the big thing here. A council gets formed to decide who the king should be. Tyrion gives a speech, and everyone votes on Bran to become king. The end. There's an epilogue, though. In the epilogue, Jon takes the black for killing Daenerys. Arya leaves. Sansa rules the north. Bran oversees the council of Tyrion, Davos, Sam, and the crossbow-wielding Bronn of the Blackwater. So Bronn just comes out of nowhere, apparently. I'm anxious to see how this goes down. Let's just say, so where we're at right now in the story, Daenerys has gone full Mad Queen. I'm not mad about that, to be honest. The show did allude a little bit throughout the whole series and the books. You get some of the allusions to Daenerys eventually becoming the Mad Queen, and her, whenever she gets to Westeros, really all she does care about is the Iron Throne, and the fight in the north against the White Walkers, which was just nothing, essentially. I mean, it all goes down to like a small little dagger, and apparently you just teleport out of a tree, I guess. Or just past an entire army of like probably 50,000 whites by this point. So never mind that. It makes, Daenerys going full Mad Queen is fine with me. Cool with me. If they would have had a full 10 season or 10 episode season, they could have flushed that out a little bit more and it would have been enjoyable. Now, did episode 5, did I hate it? Story-wise, yeah, because it was just so rushed. I didn't hate the Mad Queen, all that. There was a lot of, seeing how Jaime and Cersei died was very disappointing, not to say the least. Precarious, I guess we could say. But that was disappointing. It was sad, frustrating. Arya, I don't know what the hell she was doing there. Makes no sense. Just to give the Clegane, one of the best moments in that episode, Clegane Bowl. She just kind of set that up, and Sandor, Clegane's kind of character arc and his story completion. And that was it. Other than that, she had no reason to be there except for to bear witness to what happened and get out of there on a horse that miraculously is white, does not seem to have a speck of dust on them, and somehow survived all of that. Meanwhile, she's been beat to all living hell. I just don't. Yeah. One thing I did like, Tyrion and Jaime's scene was beautifully shot, and I could feel the emotion there between, at least from Tyrion. And I'm wondering if that was one of the last shots that they did filming with Jaime and Tyrion. Maybe that was their wrap with shooting. So that makes sense why some of the emotions seem pretty raw and very well. Now, this is not to bash the actors and actresses. They're all doing very well, especially Emilia Clarke. I think she's doing really good trying, with showing the emotion of Daenerys in such a rushed fashion. I believe that she is doing well with that. And John, Kit Harington's just been kind of sidelined, so there's really not much to say. It's kind of like playing a telltale game of like The Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, where you have or any game where you can pick the dialogue and you have like 4 options. That's basically John this season. I love you. You're my queen. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yells at dragon. There's another one. I saw a meme earlier about that. So there's that. But well, that means okay. So let's go into this even more. Dany has Tyrion arrested for being executed, or to be executed for bringing Jaime. That makes sense. Goes in line with where she's at right now. Tyrion tries to convince Jon, so I guess Jon's going to talk to Tyrion, and maybe we'll see that. I don't know what's going to happen there. And Jon kills Dany eventually, surrenders himself, blah, blah. So Bran gets the Iron Throne in the end. I don't get it. I mean, that's our way to make Bran relevant, is just keep him up in the north, and he's not gonna. He's doing this, all the visions for himself. So the three-eyed raven was all so that he could get on the throne. I thought the whole three-eyed raven thing was so he can help protect the realms of men. But I guess he was just being bait and going to warg into ravens. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's just, I'm just so frustrated. I'm flustered. And what really got me upset was the Big Bang Theory just ended tonight. Now, I don't watch the Big Bang Theory. I only watch it when I visit my parents at their place, because it's usually just on TV, and I just don't feel like changing the channel. Yeah, there's some cheap laughs here and there. It's, I don't have any hatred against the show like some people do. But I watched the finale. I remember when it first came on, my parents watching it like 12 years ago. I was half the age I am now, roughly. And so I was like, oh, I'll watch it's an hour. I don't care. I'll watch it. You know what? In that hour, I haven't watched any of the latest season, but I was like, hey, there is a start and an end. And from what I remembered of Sheldon, he was a bit of an asshole at times, but hey, he ended on a good note, saying that, hey, sorry, I was a dick, but friends matter. And that's kind of the whole story of that show, I guess, at least from what I got of it. That's the overarching theme, and they stuck with it. Game of Thrones, the theme right now is let's build up characters for 6 seasons. And then in season 7 and 8, the penultimate seasons, let's just rush through them and have them make decisions basically seemingly on a whim, so that we all question where the hell did that come from. But oh wait, if you'd have just taken your time and maybe done a full season, like HBO offered to write you the blank check, maybe you could have flushed it out, and that would have been all right. But, that sucks. We go from a show that we're all, the hype around the show is like something that I'll remember forever as I'm growing, as I continue to get older. I'll always remember this hype. I'll remember the hype now for a bad reason, because I believe Emilia Clarke was on point when she was saying that, she was sad that this is going to be a salty taste left in people's mouth of when I think of Daenerys and her story ending. We had we're gonna have 2 episodes of Mad Queen, basically 2 out of 73 total. So that's fantastic. But what Emilia Clarke said, I think, can go to the whole series. When you look at the masterpiece that is seasons 1 through 4, and the Battle of Bastards and the Winds of Winter in season 6, you see the full potential and the full height of the show and the measures that they'll go to make a damn good show. And then we are at the bottom of the pit. I'm going to view Game of Thrones like the business cycle. We were at a high. We were on the rise, and we peaked, about season 4. We took a sharp decline, and then we rose back up at the end of season 6, and then we just haven't recovered. And unfortunately, we won't be recovering from what we're dealing with here. But Bran getting the iron thrown out of all this, betting odds in Vegas. I mean, if you want to bet money on this, I would go ahead, throw money on it. Tyrion gives a speech at the end. I hope it's a damn good speech, and I hope we get smart Tyrion if this is real. I really do think Dany will be killed by Jon. I don't think Arya will. They already took Jon's kill with the Night King away, or Jon even really fighting the Night King. I don't believe that they'll take this from him. I really hope that he gets the chance to do it at least. That would be nice. Because he's been pretty he really hasn't done much this season at all. So I hope just for his character and all his character's been through. I mean, how for hell his character was killed. Why even bring him back? Looking back at it. So I guess we'll wait and see. But I just never thought. I guess I think I'm going to blame myself here a little bit. I maybe set my expectations a little too high for the season. I was thinking maybe for like a Breaking Bad type of ending, but where they wrapped up so many loose ends. And then when they did leave a loose end, like Jesse, spoiler alert for Breaking Bad, like Jesse driving away at the very end, you're happy. He got out. You don't know where he goes. It's cool. You don't need to. He got out, and hopefully he'll go and live a better life. But this show, I had hopes for something like that. I didn't even know what every character is doing at the very end. Most of them I'd like to know. I mean, that'd be nice. But look here, it says Arya leaves. Okay, Arya leaves. Where's she leaving to? Does she go? I hope she goes to like the House of White and Black or whatever. Goes back to be with the Faceless Men. Maybe that would be cool, I guess. But looking at her, I thought she was a savage, ruthless killer. It seems like all of a sudden, in about 10, 15 minutes of Daenerys destroying King's Landing, she is now, at least from what I got, she does maybe this killing thing isn't all that what it lives up to. If she leaves, I'm going to be actually mad if she leaves and goes to be the Lady of Storm's End with Gendry. I'm going to be upset. And hey, DJD, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, expected too much. That's exactly right. HBO final seasons. This is really the first HBO show that I've gotten into, and its final season, or through its final season. Most HBO stuff that I've watched has been the miniseries, like Band of Brothers, The Pacific, things like that. It's more my speed. But this is a show, I pretty much would just wait. I waited for like the first few. Well, I got the first few seasons for Christmas, and then I just binged them. And then, I'll never forget watching epic moments like the Red Wedding, the Mountain and the Viper, Hard Home, the Battle of the Bastards, the Winds of Winter. Winds of Winter is Battle of the Bastards and Winds of Winter, easily one of my favorite of all time. Just viewing experiences on television or movies. But it's just we're gonna say subverted the expectations. But there was just the storytelling. It just got so sloppy. And like I said, nothing against any of the actors, the people people working on the props, the crew. They're all doing fantastic. The music is spectacular, like always, which is incredible. I hope Ramin Djawadi, I think that's how you say his name, Ramin Djawadi. I hope he goes on to do a lot more in film and television. That would be awesome because it's incredible. Just having a show like this just destroyed, and then just in the way that it is just frustrating. And it's like I'm not, like I said, I might have said I've been mad. I'm frustrated, but it's to the point now where I was angry when I first read, really, really, really angry when I read these leaks. Like, really, this is how it's going to end. Now, if George wants to end it like this, cool. He's going to have plenty of time to flush this out in the books. So that's what I'm all right. I'm like, if this is going to be the end, or Bran gets on the throne, and that's cool with me. I believe George is going to have plenty of time to flush this out in the books, which is awesome. I mean, in the books, technically, he's still back in season 5. Jon's still dead in the books. But yeah, and another thing while I'm looking at the leaks here, Jon takes the black for killing Dany. Why would he take the black? There shouldn't really need to be a Night's Watch anymore. The wall is down, at least a big chunk of it. The wildlings aren't a threat. You just killed the Night King like a week ago. There's no whites you have to worry about. No White Walkers you have to worry about. You have to worry about Craster giving up his kids every freaking time he bangs one of his daughters. You don't have to worry about that anymore. He's dead. He's been dead for years. So, why would he take the black? What black are we talking about? Is there all of a sudden a threat coming from Essos or from the Land of the Unknown, or another Night King coming in? I'd be so pissed if there's another Night King that shows up at the very end. It's like that's the last thing we see, or like the Night King is somehow not dead. Like, you killed him in one episode, just let him be dead. Just let it. Forget what is dead may never die. Just what is dead, just let it dead. Let it be dead. But yeah, like what DJ said here in the chat, expected too much. I definitely expected too much. And in 6 episodes, really expected too much. I just hope that the train wreck that has been the rushed season 8 will, I hope these leaks are wrong. Or at least the last leak. I don't care. If Jon kills Dany, that's okay. Like, he can kill Daenerys. It's fine. Like I said, I like the Mad Queen aspect. I like a flushed out Mad Queen. That'd be nice. I think it'd be interesting to hear her. And I hope she gets to flush it out this episode. Maybe she will. But here I am once again. I am thinking about something that I'm hoping that will happen, that I need to just stop hoping for things and just turn my brain off. And DJ, World Class pissed me off. Check your facts. Short list is being bad. Oh boy. So, is that the Robert Patterson thing? I really haven't been following that too much. I've just been going down the rabbit hole of Game of Thrones YouTube videos and live streams and depression lately. Just sadness, to be honest. Yep. Yep. That was it. Oh man. But no, I'm thinking for this show to go out one thing I'm actually excited for, and one thing I'm probably more excited for than the series finale, is this apparently 2-hour documentary that they made that's going to come out next weekend about season 8. Yo, I want to see what the hell they're thinking. I want to know what's in their mind. Like, I hope more people watch that damn documentary than the freaking finale. That'd be incredible. That way, everybody's like, everyone will just be like, what were you thinking? Are we going to get more of, Dany forgot about Euron's fleet? But in the freaking scene before, Varys says to her, hey, Euron has his Iron Fleet, and puts it on the table there where they are. That is just piss poor storytelling. And that's just the perfect example of rushing to get the hell out of there. And I feel like, honestly, part of the influence of this is D.B. Weiss and Benioff getting a Star Wars trilogy. It's supposed to come out in 2021, 2022, something like that. 2021 probably. They got to create 3 movies. If they do Knights of the Old Republic, I'm terrified. Actually, no. Star Wars to me, it's never. I mean, to me, Star Wars ends after the episode 3. After it came out in May 2005, Star Wars is over for me. And Rogue One, I'll make an exception for Rogue One. I enjoyed that, but it's like you got the news, and then let's forget about doing the show that we've been doing for 8-9 years. And I get it, you might be tired of doing it. The actors and actresses are going to want to move on and start doing some different things, especially some of the younger ones that are growing up on the show. They're this has really propelled their career forward, like Maisie Williams and them. That's awesome, good for them. But you just hope that the showrunners would be like, okay, we've been building up to this. Let's look back at something that we're going to be probably proud of, and that everybody else, or at least the majority of fans, even if 60 to 75, even if 75% of the fans like it, or 70, like, cool. That's most of them. That's the majority of them. Get them pumped for a prequel that's coming out. Apparently, I got 3 or 4 in the works. Can't say. I mean, a lot of people, they probably lost a lot of people for these prequels now, especially if they see that Weiss and Benioff have their hands on them. So you'd think they'd want to, go out in an end note that people were excited. From what I can tell, just from even some of my coworkers who are like the biggest diehard Game of Thrones fans as well, and it was kind of that one of them refused to bash the show really until a couple of episodes ago. I was just like, well, yeah, I was one of them. After the Battle of Winterfell, I was just like, I don't know. I didn't mind the first 2 episodes. I feel like it could have been just one big episode, 90 minutes long maybe. But then I just feel that after Winterfell, it lost me. And episode 4 beginning was incredible. Tormund has by far been stealing the show for me this season. What will I remember of Game of Thrones season 8? Probably his incredible line, "Who put this shit in my pants?" Big fan of all of that. And, fan service with Jaime and Bran. I feel like that's all that was now. I feel like Jaime really, he goes back to Cersei anyway, and he teleports down there. Well, why did he go north? Because he thought, Cersei was going to possibly have him killed. But then probably not. But then, so I'm just going to go north, bang Brienne, and go back south and die with her underneath the Red Keep. But all the Brienne and Jaime shippers are going to be all excited and be able to tweet about it and be able to say, oh my gosh, they hooked up. That's so awesome. So cool for you. Good for you if you ship that. I felt pretty indifferent either way. I was more for Tormund. I'm team Tormund. And Ghost, we don't even need to go there. We all know. Just give the little dog a little boop. Give him a little good boy. Give him a rating, 13 out of 10, good boy. He lost an ear for you, John. Well, Aegon. John, I named my first cat Jon Snow after John. And then I named my present cat Dany for Daenerys. And luckily my Dany is not as destructive as Daenerys Targaryen. But so that shows some of my investment, or not my investment. I don't like using that word. So my commitment, or just enthusiasm. There we go. Enthusiasm about the show. So this rant has gone on for 25 minutes, and that's probably 25 minutes too long. But if you feel like me, you're just sad at what it's become, and that it was such a well-paced show that was, just something we could look forward to. We had to wait 2 years for this, which is kind of bullcrap. Now looking back at it. But yeah, if you feel like this, you feel bummed, feel free to let me know in the comments. Make me feel better. I know there's a lot of people out there that do. And I was just sitting here reading Fire and Blood, and I watched the end of The Big Bang Theory. And like I said, not a fan of that, but it was a good ending. I just wish Game of Thrones would be. And after I reread the leaks, I was just beyond furious. Not beyond furious, but beyond disappointment to the point of getting mad. And I just thought, well, let's just get on here and rant and rant. So with that, yeah, let me know what you feel in the comments if you want to comment, if you guys watch this. So I'll probably do a stream before the series finale. I'm going to make sure I have a 6-pack on hand to get me through it. And mainly for the inside the episode, probably afterwards. I want to hear their explanations for this. That's more I'm excited for the explanations than the damn show, to be honest. That's where we're at. So, yeah, probably I'll be back on here Sunday night before the show. And maybe afterwards, we'll see how it goes after. If it was an absolute dumpster fire, might hop on quick live and just roll with it. So, all right, DJD, thanks for popping in, bud. I hope all is well with you. And I hope that you are having fun times had by all. I just wish all of Game of Thrones fans could be having fun times had by all. I will see you guys later.